Welcome to Ridge Life. I'm Tim, and today we are back in the solar power shed. But guys, we're making some mistakes. Costly mistakes. Starting over kind of mistakes. You'll have to wait and see. It's getting real on the ridge. Let's do this. Of course it's raining outside. Check this out, guys. We got a nice drizzle. Blue skies over there, but it is black and cloudy coming back up over there. And I believe it's coming this way. So I'm gonna get up under the shed here, and pretty sure I can continue to work because that's what you do. You work inside when it rains. You don't just say, I'm not gonna work because it's raining outside. You find work you can do inside. You hear a lot of that nowadays. I can't work because it's raining. It's raining. I won't get to work. Since I saw you last, I have gotten a lot of materials in for this job. Now, of course, last time we were in the power shed, we got this wall framed out. Now, I know it took me an hour to put up 13 boards. I am not a professional. I cannot reiterate this enough. I am not a professional. So many good points and tips you guys gave me on how to do this better, how to do it right. Let me tell you one that I wish I would have known ahead of time. Let me go ahead and close this door so I can get a little more proper light. Okay, so wall paneling, right? Plywood, OSB, MDF, whatever you're gonna use, is a 4 by 48 sheet, 4 foot by 48, 4 foot by 8 foot. That's right, 48 inches by whatever 8 foot is. I can't do the math. So 96 or 70, 80, yeah, whatever. So 4 feet wide, and I did 16 on center, right? So these are 16 inches apart. So you do 3 up, 4, between 4 of them would be a 4 foot span. Well, you all said, Tim, you didn't take into account for not doing the center of this stud. So from the center of this stud, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 3, yeah, that's 4 feet. The center of this stud, right, is 4 feet. But studs all the way against the wall, so you go all the way here, that's a 1/2 inch to this side, which puts you all the way inside of this stud. Oh my gosh, how are you gonna fix this, Tim? Well, I have a way to fix it fairly easily. So what I do is I take a panel and I go between 16 on center interior. So I have 2 panels, 16 on center, 48 inches apart, and then I'll have the ripped panel, right, that last panel, ripped, a piece here and a piece here. Now that does make me have to do 2 perfectly ripped pieces versus doing 48, 48, 48 single rip. So it is a convenience to do it right. Now here's one thing, guess what? This shed is not done right. So from here to here is not 48 inches, actually 48 inches right here. Well, they must have did it right on this end, right? So from here to here is 48 inches. Nope, it's about right. It's about right. So, and I really shouldn't put nailers in between because then my insulation, my bad insulation is made for just going between 16 on center. So that's not what you do. I put the 4 foot panels in between the 16 on center in the middle, and I rip the edges. It's not going to be that big a deal. Same thing over here on this end. Of course, the door end is a whole different story because I got to go up around. Now I am going to frame this out. I'm going to frame that out. And another thing I'm going to do is originally I said I was going to go on top of the top plate, right? I was going to put my hangers, put my ceiling joists on top of the top plate, all the way across my wall that I've got framed up right there. Well, I changed my mind. I changed my mind because these trusses right here, the trusses come out, and if I put on top, you see I'd have to bring it out. And then that means the insulation batting, I don't want to block off the eaves over there because there are soffit vents in there. So what I'm going to do is do hangers and put the 2x4s, horsefly on me, 2x4s right through here on 2x4 hangers. That way the bat insulation will be encapsulated by the top plates and the ceiling joist. So that should work great. Man, horseflies are coming out bad in this little rain we got. So I got a plan. To get completed, I've got to get one nailer right here. You can see I'm missing a nailer in this corner. I'm missing a nailer in that corner. So once I get those two nailers in, then I should be able to start putting in the ceiling joist. Now, there's another issue. I bought some materials for this job. Let me show you what they are. So before I show you my problem with the joist hangers, let me show you the materials I got. So we got some R13 faced insulation. I went ahead and got the pre-cut bats that are 93 inches long. We are doing 2x4 walls and 2x4 ceilings. So this will work. I know R13 is not great for a ceiling, but guys, I'm gonna have a 9K BTU, a mini split in that little bitty 7.5 by 11.5, 12 foot room. So it's gonna be just fine. So this stuff is, again, R13. It's the Owens Corning Pink Next Gen fiberglass. Yes, I'm going to be careful with the fiberglass. 3.5 inches thick, 15 inches wide for 16 on center. Perfect. I got 4 big box bags of it, so it should be more than enough to get all 4 walls and the ceiling insulated. Okay, I also bought 10 2x4s. Now I had, I still had 2x4s out there. I bought 10 straight as I could find stud 2x4s. That's going to be for the ceiling. I've got, I'll use these right here for the nailers. And then of course we've got wall coverings. What was Tim going to do with wall coverings? Well, check this out. Here's what we're going to do. I got MDF and OSB. MDF and OSB. MDF is medium density fiberboard. And I got some pretty thick stuff. And medium density fiberboard is actually more dense than plywood for the given thickness. So it's actually pretty durable. So it should hold up very well. As far as the surface texture, you're gonna have to wait till another video when I start putting that on. Today, we've got to solve this problem and get these roof joists up, get those nailers in. So the problem I've got is this right here. I got these. Okay, what are these, Tim, you ask? Well, let me show you what these are. These are 2x4 hangers. 2x4 hangers. So what you do is you put them on your 2x4, just like that right there. You see that? That 2x4 hanger. And those holes right there are not made for a nail gun. Nope, nope, nope. You got to use nails the old-fashioned way with a east wing hammer. Ooh, got a good hammer right here. This thing's been through a lot. Do y'all call it east wing or est wing? Because it's actually ESTWING. These are good hammers, guys. Est wing hammers. So yeah, I gotta use. I'm using 10D common nails. Common nails are have better shear strength than a box nail. They actually do make special nails just for these hangers. I did not get them. I just got common nails. And so I have to nail in about 120 nails into all these. It's going to be, the nail gun would sure would make this a lot easier, but not today, not today. With regard to the wall surface material, I actually did spill the beans on this and gave a sneak peek on RidgeLife Ramblings. Are you subscribed to RidgeLife Ramblings? I picked all this up, brought it in on a trailer, and I showed the Ramblings crew exactly what we're going to be using for the exterior wall by the tool side, the interior wall for the power shed, the ceiling for the power shed, and actually on top of the ceiling for the power shed. So make sure you're subscribed to RidgeLife Ramblings, right? This is RidgeLife Ramblings. Hit that notification bell on both those channels to be notified anytime a new video comes out. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe too. It's always 100% free. So if you go over on RidgeLife Ramblings, go check it out. You'll see exactly what. Otherwise, you have to wait till another RidgeLife video when I start putting the wall covering up. But today, we gotta get this wood hung. first thing I got to do is cut 2 more 7-foot nailers. Got to get these cut, and that'll get the corners. Then I'll be able to get over to the ceiling joist. So that's not too big of an issue there. Let's get this lined out. All right, 7 foot, and let's go. I do have my eye protection, hearing protection. Safety first, guys. Safety first. Now, since I don't have to use the air gun for my ceiling joist hangers, I'm just going to use the hammer and nails to put these nailers on too. A little bit different variation to what I was doing before, you know, the nail gun. Now I'm going to get that S-wing hammer and get it old school. Another problem of having a bowed board, sometimes you gotta give it a little muscle to get it flush. All right, one more nailer to go. Let's see how bad this one is bowed. Hopefully not as bad. Get in there, get in there. Get in there. Not quite. Yeah. I'm probably gonna do the same thing on it. It'll be all right. It will be all right. That's good. Oh yeah, it's bowed out the bottom there. I have to use my handy-dandy screwdriver. Get this nail started here. All right, bend her over. Come on. Like a charm. Oh yeah. Let's get the rest of these in here. It ain't going nowhere. We got both nailers done. You can see again, everything turned out nice and flush, top and bottom. Come over here. Same thing. That should be the last 2 nailers. Now, can't see the bottom there because my battery racks are in the way. We do not have much space in here. We've got 2 EG4 server rack batteries. There's 6 100 amp 48 volt batteries in there. That's 60, almost 61,000 watt hours of power. Ooh, that's a lot of power, guys. That'll keep an air conditioner going for a long time in the Ridge barn house. So we've also got, there's the 3 EG4 6000 XP, 18,000 watts of power. Oh, that's lots of power as well. We've got the EG4 mini split condenser and mini split head unit. That's going to be mounted right up there. That's going to be used to keep the batteries above 34 degrees in the 32 in the wintertime and below 90 or 100 in the summertime. That 9,000 BTU 9,000 BTU unit should do that no problem. I can set that temperature and it will regulate just fine. This isn't a human controlled space. This is a electronic controlled space, so I don't have to have as tight a window. Yeah, so all that's done. Now I need to mark out where we do the ceiling joist. And we're going to be using those hangers. Now the first joist does not get a hanger. It's going to go straight against the top plates there, sideways. So I need to cut and nail one there, cut and nail one there, And then 16 on center, except for the first one, be like 15 and a half all the way down. So let's cut 2 more boards, get those up. Got to use the hammer and nail, and then we'll hang the joists. All right, these are 6, 5 3/4. 6 foot, 5 3/4. Looks like it's raining on us again, man. This rain's coming and going. That's all right. It's not going to keep me down. All right, let's get these inside. Get them up on the ceiling. Y'all hear that rain coming down? Ooh. It's cooling off in here just a little bit. It's getting kind of muggy actually, but that rain sounds so calming. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right. Now, a lot of y'all said, Tim, hey, how come you're not wearing a tool belt? Well, I got my Cobalt tool belt right here. Got it full of 10D nails. So I am ready, ready, ready. Let's see if I can. Got this cut to fit, didn't I? All right. Looks like it right on the money there. Up a little higher right there. That's good. All right, let's get one. Let's get one in there. I think I got my nails on the wrong side. I'm left-handed, so I need to be pulling the nails out of the right side, don't I? I'll learn. I'll learn. All right, that one is perfectly flush. Let's get down here. Do this one. Kind of don't have much room here, do I? Let's see here. Yeah, it's got to come down just a hair. That's about as far as it can get because of that 2x4 right there. All right. Let's get a few. Oh, that's perfect. Let's get a few more in across. And we'll get the other side. Yeah, I know professionals don't hold hammers like that. I'm not a professional. All right, let me get a couple more in there. We'll move on to that second one over there. It is raining cats and dogs out there. Goodness. All right, let's see how well this one fits. On top of there. Do the same thing. Hammer it in. All right. Perfect. Like a glove. Same thing over here. Perfect right there. All right, we in? We're in like Flynn. I got my nails on the right side now. Let me go ahead and get one right in there. Make sure it's level. All right, I switched hammers in case you didn't notice. This is another Est-wing. Which one's this one? I forgot. I inherited both of these from my stepdad. These been many a dock, many a deck, many a fence put up with these. And hopefully I can do them justice. I know I wasn't a while ago the way I was putting those nails in, but I will do my best to make him proud. Let's get this one in right here, get it level. All right, that's as far as it can go. Let's see here. Yep, right there. Oh, don't stay up, stay up. There we go. Thought I had it started, but I didn't. That's why that other hammer's way better than this one. I mean, it has a lot more mass to it. Much better hammer. Pretty level. Went back to the good hammer now. Man. Now that's a good hammer. Whew. All right, let's get More here. Baby doll, that's exactly what I wanted to say. Right, we're at right here. Go a little angle. Whew. Not a professional. Don't try this at home. This is actually a Plum hammer, the Plum brand. Anybody? I'm not a construction guy. I'm not a builder and stuff. I know I'm building now, but the S-Wing over there, I've heard of that one. That's a really good hammer. This is a Plum hammer. It's very, very balanced and very, very nice. Didn't have enough for me to get those nails in up high like that. If you've used a Plum hammer, is it a good one? Let me know down in the comments. I have no idea. I'm kind of embarrassed to tell you all this, but I had an accident. And it could have been very, very dangerous. I mean, it could have been very, very bad. Could have been very bad. I'm working up here all alone on the ridge, you know. I do keep my cell phone close to me, and I do have Siri. So I could say, hey, Siri, where are you?
I'm over here.
Siri says she's right over there. Okay, so I could always call like that. So I was over here, and remember that Plum hammer? Yeah, Plum hammer. Actually, I looked it up. These are actually pretty expensive too, even more than the S-Wings. And so I was reaching in that workbench to get it, and to do it, I had to pull all of this siding. Now this is like 20 pieces of siding right here. Pulled it forward, got down in there, and when I did, I went a little bit too far and fell back. All of this fell on me. I fell down on the, luckily, this insulation was here. Oh my gosh. I got these 2x4s here I tripped over. I fell back on this, and all of the siding was on top of me. And I was just squished between the insulation. So, and I could not lift it up. It was so heavy. I mean, goodness gracious, guys. You gotta remember, I moved that siding 3 times. I loaded it onto the cart at Lowe's. I loaded it into the truck, and then I loaded it from the truck into here. I mean, I'm sore and beat for this week. So I ended up having to get a leg out, get out from under it, lay it on the insulation here, and get back up and get out from under it. And luckily, this is my surgery knee is the one that it fell on. But luckily, it's fine. It's fine. There was a casualty, though. It wasn't my knee. This piece of paneling right here, it broke. It ripped. It ripped about 6 inches, which is, I think, going to be okay because I only need 2 3/4 of these paneling here for this outside wall surface. So I'll be able to rip that off. But guys, got to be careful when you're working alone. I'm taking it to heart. I really am. So I took a break to read some comments on my videos, and I'm glad I did. I was reading comments on RidgeLife Ramblings, my vlog channel, and one of the viewers, Wild and Free Tennessee, left a comment saying, Tim, you're doing it all wrong. Well, he actually was very nice. Messaged me on Facebook too later on. Said, Tim, you're doing it all wrong. With the hangers you've got, the joist hangers, you're not going to have enough room either for the nails or for nailers for your ceiling material or your wall material. It's just not the right arrangement. I'm like, say what? So I pulled them out and looked, and sure enough, they were 100% right. To get enough nail in the wood, I'd have to adjust the hanger, and then of course I wouldn't have enough nailer. It wouldn't be level all the way across. So there's a couple options. I could remove all those boards and add another board, notch it all out, and put it. I can put another board up along that side again, notch all that out in there. I don't want to close off the rafters because I've got soffit vents up there. But guys, this is a power shed. It's just a shed. I'm just trying to regulate for temperature. I think I know what I'm going to do. Let's get up on the ladder and let's go check this out. All right, so what I've got is I put these boards up here you saw me earlier, the nailer for the edges. And the ceiling material, right, can go across here and have something nail into. The wall material nails into here, nails into here, nails into here. I got a nail on both sides. And nails into here, and nothing to nail into here, but I'll have the ceiling rafters, right? Well, with this bracket, okay, leveled out there, look where the nails go. That nail, if I put it to the center like it's supposed to be, oh no, that's not good. So, I mean, I could have got different hangers to kind of go over the top and keep it like this, but I got 20 of these and Lowe's is a long way away. So what I'm gonna do is, see, on a 2x4 like this, see how that goes good. But I'm not taking my rafters lengthwise, right? But 2x4 sideways is not the same thickness. Look right there. You see that? 2x4 sideways is not the same thickness. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to add a 2x4 all the way around right there, right? And you can see the difference in height right there. See that? I'll do that all the way around, and then that will allow the hanger to fit the same as it does there, all the way around. So then the joist, the roof joist, will be flush with that, and we'll have enough material to hang here, or to nail here. And I'm not too worried about the paneling, the top of the paneling, not having anything, because you'll have the rafters. I think that'll be perfectly fine. It's going to be a little more work. I don't have to start over though. I mean, starting over, no, not going to start over. I'm going to adapt, improvise, and overcome, like the great gunny sergeant from Heartbreak Ridge, Clint Eastwood, said, adapt, improvise, and overcome. This is going to work. May not be perfect, but it's the way I do it on the ridge. And again, I'm learning. So I learned this mistake here. I fix it and move on. And then when I go to build the Ridge barn house, I do it better. Luckily, I had enough boards left over from Grandma Carol's build to take into account my mistakes. So, I bought all those 2x4s for the rafters, for the joist, ceiling joist, and I had these extra ones. So I'm going to put 2 of the long ones up, and then I'll measure the short pieces, cut those, get those up there, and that should take care of my problem. Again, I know this may not be conventional framing, but again, I'm not a conventional framer. I have no idea. I'm learning as I go. And again, I thank you guys so much for your comments. Without your comments, I would truly have to start over sometimes, or just scrap it, and it would be a bad day. So thank you again very, very much for helping me out here on the ridge to get my projects done. Go ahead and pre-put a nail in there. That way, because I'm working by myself here, guys, so I'll make sure I get everything lined up just pretty. There we go. Make sure it didn't slide down. No, that should be good. The board's might be a little bit warped. All right. Get one more down here. Nice and level. Right there. Yep, I can bend it up just a little bit right there. That's good. All right, let's get some more on that end. Get the filler piece in. Get the one on that side. Then finally start getting the ceiling joist up. Same thing on this side. Get it level. All right, now I can adjust. Same thing on that end. Get down here just a little bit. Good thing these are nice and solid. I can stand on them. There we are. Right there. Level, yeah. All right, get Get the other end. And then we'll get that small piece put in on both of those and then get those joists up. Now I will say, you're not seeing me put in every nail. If I videoed every single nail, this video will be 9 hours long. So when you say, oh, you only put in 3 nails, it's not going to hold the load. Well, there's no load really on this little ceiling here, and you're not seeing all the nails. So just know that. Both of these need to be 35 inches. Get that right there. One more at 35 inches. I am so glad I had this extra wood left over from Grandma Carol's. I'd be in a bad way. All right, let's see if it fits like a glove. Get it level. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. Still level, yep. Go up. Oh, go up. There we are. Gotta hit it straight. Perfect. All right, so let's think about this time. Last time I just did 16 on center from the edge, and I forgot that the paneling has to go to the edge all the way to the left side. So knowing that, okay, so all the way to the end and down, there's 48 inches right here. Okay, so that needs to be the center of that stud. Okay, right? The center of that stud. Now if I go 16 inches back, that needs to be the center of that stud. And 16 inches back, that needs to be the center of that stud. And then this one, you know, is just what, you know, yeah. So all the way to the edge, 16, 16, 16. Now when I go on out, the edge of the panel will be right in the center of that stud. Everything should line up. All right, there's that one. And 16. Got a little arrow right there. 16. Yep. All right, now we're ready to hang the hangers. So this would be my first hanger I've ever hung, and you can see they come all bent out like that, so I gotta squeeze them in evenly. If I can do that. There we go, squeeze this side in just a little bit. that way. Yep, okay. That should fit perfectly. It does. So now I can center it up on there, and it has these little tabs. And if I hit the tabs just right, it should stay where it's at. And then allow you to put the nails in. All right, did it stay? It stayed! So now, make sure it fits. It do. Okay, now I can put a nail in. Ooh, that's pretty cool now. Pretty cool. That one there. Yeah, those little tabs holding it really helps. All right, so if everything's leveled up, still centered, it is. That nail came out, but that's all right. I got more in my pocket. That's why you wear a nail belt, right? All right, let's get this 2x4 in. Make sure everything fits appropriately. It does. All right, so now I can get it all the way up in there. A little higher. All right, perfect. One down, about 19 to go. Let's do a little time lapse and get the rest of these installed. Then we'll come back and get all the joists put down in the slots. See if everything lines up. That's going to be the key. So let's get these installed now.
Thought it'd be golden, crossing the line and don't look back. Think I was broken, I needed some time to clear my head. 'Cause I've made all the mistakes and I've dealt with the heartbreaks, but I think that I found my way. 'Cause I've been sinking like a stone, Carolina, take me home. Nothing's ever really broken, I won't let you go. 'Cause I'm finding my way right back to you.
Woo! Got them all hung. Actually, it was a little harder than I thought it was going to be. Those little tab things, when you're hammering them in to hold it in place, they don't hold very well. And making sure the bottom of the bracket is not hanging too low, because when I put my ceiling material on, it'll flip down. These really probably aren't the best things for this type of ceiling joist hanger. I do not recommend these for joist hangers, because you're going to have a little, when I put that, if it would have been drywall or something a little more rigid, but the MDF is not quite as rigid, you're going to see a little loop, you know, if I didn't get them exactly flush or level. But you can see how they turned out. You can see right there. Yeah. And maybe a little parallax error. They are pretty flush up and straight. We got them all over here as well. And they are 16 on center and 48 from the depth to the nailer out to there. So I should have that just right this time. So now I've got to cut all the boards that go into there. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I already have the nailers on the end, so 8. I actually did 16 of the joist hangers, since I had the nailers on the end. So I bought a couple extra. I'll take those back. Again, so I really don't recommend these, but they're doing my purpose for now. They're going to be way stronger than I need. And I tell you guys, when you don't know how to operate a hammer properly, that long hammer, boy, that hammer, it drives them in quickly. But if you don't hold it back down far enough on the grip, right at the edge, you get a little blister. So I'm learning. I'm learning so much on this build. And hopefully you're enjoying me learn from my mistakes. It's a little painful sometimes, a little humorous too, I'm sure, for you, not for me. But I'm learning as I go, and I think it's going to turn out pretty nicely. So let me cut all 8 of these boards the right length, and we'll get them inserted and then put all the nails in the side, fasten them in. You can see how they fasten in with those little holes on the sides there. You'll push a nail in diagonally. This one's a little bit higher than this one. Again, once I go to do one, I'll show you a little closer. So let's go cut some wood. We're gonna cut this first one at 74.5, make sure it fits, then cut the rest of them. All right, let's go check it out. All right, will it fit? Let's find out. This side in first, then this side. Oh yeah, look at that. Like a glove. Woo, woo, woo. I like it. Let's cut the rest of them. All right, now the moment of truth. Will the rest of them fit? Is everything lined up and plumb? Let's find out. Well, that one is. Let's see if this one is. Oh yeah, there we go. It's starting to look like a room, people. It's starting to look like a room. Like I actually know what I'm doing. It's hard to believe. I wouldn't have never thought it. Never would have thought it in a million years, but I mean, it's not rocket science, but it's pretty darn close for me. There we are. All right, 3 more. Oh wow, this is so cool. This is so cool. Can I just do it from down here? I'm too short. I'm too short. All right, in. Oh, that's good. One last one. Can I get it? Can I get it? Okay, I gotta step up here. Uh-oh. What's it hitting on? Oh, it's hitting on a joist. Oh, I know. It's because it's in there. And then over my head and in the thing. All right, here's the test. Here's the test. Can I do a pull-up on it? Uh-oh, Tim. Can you do a pull-up on it? Let's see. I'll step off to the side. Can you do a pull-up? Ready? All of those fit like a glove. Almost like I knew what I was doing. Now check this out. We have got ceiling joists. Oh yeah, we've got nailers. I've overcome my mistakes. I think I've got everything I can do. Again, I probably could have done it 100 different ways. This is what worked for me. Now check this out though, right here. Smooth, smooth, smooth. As smooth as I can get it with a bracket being in there. That is pretty smooth. I'm very, very happy with that. So the last thing we got to do is we got to get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 16 times 2, 32 nails. We're gonna get 32 more nails, one on each side of these boards. Not gonna bore you with all 32, but I'll let you see a couple of them, see how I do it, close up and far away. So let's get this done. All right, so I gotta get a nail right in there on both sides. Get one out of my tool pouch here. All right, so it already has a little gap right there. I just hold it, get it started. Just like that, I gotta do the same thing on the other side. And it's a little bit lower, so it doesn't run into that one. That ain't going nowhere. Let you get a little closer look here. Get that one started. See, it makes the right angle to go in the wood and in the header there. Boom! That's how you do it. Let me get the rest of these done, and then we'll come back and wrap this video up. What'd you think about my pull-ups? I'm still in pretty good shape for a 54-year-old man. At least I think so. All right, let's get done. Whoo, 32 screws. You'll that black on my hands. That was from grabbing them out of my tool pouch. Love that tool pouch, by the way. And the blister on my hand from the hammer, I wore a glove on those last 32 nails. That was about 4,000. You know, actually, with that big East wing hammer, again, how do y'all pronounce that? Is it East wing or Est wing? I know it's only spelled E-S-T, but you know, a lot of people, I've heard both. The professionals out there know, and that plumb hammer too, the one I hurt my knee getting out, the plumb hammer is supposed to be pretty good. I can pronounce plumb. But if it's East wing or Est wing, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. But I did wear gloves this time on those last ones, and I kept from getting my hands hurt. What do you think, guys? Let's look at that. Let's look. Did I do okay? Did I do okay? Everything's level, plumb, straight. Yeah, I'm just so happy. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. That is great. We got nailer here, nailer here, nailer here. We got a nailer here. I got nailers around the bottom. Super, super excited. I know I'm not perfect, and nothing's perfect, you know, when you're an amateur like me, but I'm pretty happy with it. Pretty happy with it. Now the job's not done, obviously. I've got to come back and put insulation in. Now before I can put insulation in, I've got to get this outside sheathing on. Well, I can put insulation on all around there. Actually, I can put it on up there because I'm putting it from bottom side up on that wall. But then I need to get this paneling right here. This is what goes on the outside of this wall. And then I'll be able to get the insulation from the inside on that. That'll get that insulated out. Then we can start getting this, the wainscoting MDF installed. That's beautiful, isn't it? Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. And that will go all the way around the inside of the power shed. And then on the top, let's see if I can see, I got the smooth white go on the top there. And then on the top of the top, on the the roof of the ceiling, we just got some OSB, and that's more than enough. I mean, you can see there's not much space up there for storage, so I'm not going to be putting 5,000 pounds up there. I think it's going to be just fine. So, are we done? No. We're going to come back and have some more fun? Yes. We're going to hurt yourself, Tim? No. Well, hope not. Now, I did clean up. Look, there's no nails on the ground. We've swept. All of our tools are put up. The ladder is put up. I got things charging over here. The Blue Eddy is doing great. We got 163 watts coming in, 18 watts going out, charging my my cooler battery. We're 97% charged. Thanks again to David for this Blue Eddy AC240. We've got our insulation, more than enough insulation staged right there. All of our siding, we got our cooler, all our tools, everything. This is all staged for next time. Let's see, we got all the tools put back, battery chargers, get everything lined up. Mr. OCD, yes, I know. Again, the floor is swept. Everything looks good. The job is not done. I got to pick all this up. Put the sawhorses back in the shed. But Tim, you're going to use them tomorrow. Well, maybe not. Maybe the storm will come through. Who knows? I'm going to put the tools up. I'm going to keep all the blocking there because last time you said, Tim, you burned your blocking. Well, those were actually too short for 16 on center. I know I probably could have used them for something else. But those are all definitely more than 16 on center blocking, so I can keep all that for future uses. I got one big board left there. That was left over from Grandma Carol. I used all the materials I bought for this job today. That was good. Thank you very much. If you liked today's video, give it a big old thumbs up. Make sure you hit that notification bell right there to be notified anytime a new video comes out on RidgeLife, RidgeLife Ramblings, RidgeLife Reviews and How-Tos, RidgeLife Lessons, Lessons from the Ridge, if you're so inclined. I do appreciate it. Like, share, and subscribe. Always 100% free. Guys, I'm going to continue making mistakes. I'm going to continue making progress, maybe even make something beautiful. So hope you'll stick around with me. I love every single one of you. Until next time, hope everyone has a blessed day. Oh, guys, go RidgeLife. Woo!